Pollution. It's a word we hear often, a problem we know exists, but its true scale, its insidious reach, is often hidden from our view. Pollution, in its simplest form, is the contamination of our natural environment. It's the poisoning of our air, water, and land. This contamination comes in many forms, each with devastating consequences for life on Earth. Air pollution is a global crisis. It's the invisible enemy, silently choking our cities and shortening lives. The primary culprits are emissions from vehicles and industries. These emissions release a cocktail of toxic gases and particulate matter into the atmosphere.
These pollutants, including nitrogen oxides, sulfur dioxide, and ozone, have severe impacts on human health. Respiratory problems, heart disease, and even cancer are linked to prolonged exposure to air pollution. The World Health Organization estimates that air pollution contributes to millions of premature deaths each year.
Water, the lifeblood of our planet, is facing an unprecedented crisis. Industrial waste, agricultural runoff, and sewage disposal pollute our rivers, lakes, and oceans.
This contamination has dire consequences for aquatic life. Fish die, ecosystems collapse, and marine biodiversity plummets. The plastic pollution crisis is particularly alarming, with millions of tons of plastic ending up in our oceans every year. This plastic waste harms marine animals, contaminates our food chain, and threatens the health of our oceans.
Beneath our feet lies the soil, the often overlooked foundation of life. Yet this vital resource is also under threat from pollution. Industrial activities, mining, and unsustainable agricultural practices contaminate the soil with heavy metals, pesticides, and other harmful substances.
This contamination reduces soil fertility, impacting crop yields and threatening food security. Moreover, contaminated soil can leach pollutants into groundwater, further polluting our water sources.
Section 5. A World Under Siege. Real-world consequences. In this section, we delve into the tangible and often devastating effects of pollution on our planet. The evidence is all around us, manifesting in various forms and affecting countless lives. The impact of pollution is not just theoretical. It is a stark reality that's playing out across the globe. Rivers that once teemed with life are now choked with industrial waste, turning vibrant ecosystems into lifeless waterways. This environmental degradation is not confined to remote areas. It infiltrates our daily lives, affecting the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we consume. The consequences are dire and far-reaching.
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a swirling vortex of plastic waste twice the size of Texas, stands as a testament to our plastic addiction. This massive accumulation of debris is not just an eyesore. It poses a severe threat to marine life and ecosystems. Marine animals often mistake plastic for food, leading to fatal consequences. Beaches, once pristine, are now littered with plastic waste, and underwater habitats are suffocating under the weight of our discarded materials.
The air pollution in cities like Beijing and Delhi often reaches hazardous levels, forcing residents to wear masks and stay indoors. This is not just an inconvenience. It is a public health crisis that affects millions. The quality of life in these urban areas is severely compromised, with children and the elderly being the most vulnerable. Schools are often closed, and outdoor activities are curtailed, leading to a sense of confinement and fear.
Coral reefs, those vibrant underwater cities, are bleaching and dying at an alarming rate due to ocean acidification and warming, both exacerbated by pollution. These reefs are not just beautiful, they are vital to marine biodiversity and coastal protection. The loss of coral reefs has a domino effect, disrupting marine life and affecting the livelihoods of communities that depend on fishing and tourism. The ocean's health is a direct indicator of our planet's well-being.
These are not isolated incidents. but rather grim reminders of the interconnectedness of our planet and the far-reaching consequences of our actions. Pollution knows no boundaries. It travels through air, water, and soil, affecting regions far from its source. The melting ice caps, rampant deforestation, and industrial pollution are all interconnected issues that exacerbate the global environmental crisis. Our actions today will determine the future of our planet, and it is imperative that we act responsibly and sustainably. Section 6. The human cost. Health impacts of pollution. The toll of pollution on human health is both staggering and heartbreaking. Every year, millions of people suffer from diseases directly linked to environmental pollution. The air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we consume are all tainted with harmful pollutants, leading to a myriad of health issues that affect people of all ages and backgrounds.
Respiratory illnesses, cardiovascular diseases and cancers are on the rise, linked to the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat. Pollutants such as particulate matter, heavy metals, and toxic chemicals infiltrate our bodies, causing chronic conditions that diminish the quality of life and lead to premature deaths. The burden of these diseases is felt most acutely in urban areas where pollution levels are highest, but no one is truly safe from their reach.
Children are particularly vulnerable, their developing bodies more susceptible to the harmful effects of pollutants. Exposure to polluted air and water during critical growth periods can lead to long-term health problems, including developmental delays, asthma, and other respiratory issues. The impact on children is not just a health crisis, but a moral one, as it threatens the future of entire generations.
In many parts of the world, access to clean water and sanitation remains a luxury, leading to waterborne diseases that claim millions of lives each year. Contaminated water sources are breeding grounds for bacteria, viruses, and parasites, causing illnesses such as cholera, dysentery, and typhoid fever. These diseases disproportionately affect the most vulnerable populations, including children and the elderly, exacerbating existing inequalities and perpetuating cycles of poverty and poor health.
These health impacts are not just statistics. They represent real people, real families, and real tragedies. Behind every number is a story of suffering and loss, a reminder of the urgent need for action. Addressing pollution is not just an environmental issue, but a public health imperative. By reducing pollution, we can prevent countless illnesses and deaths, improve quality of life, and create a healthier, more sustainable future for all. The time to act is now, for the sake of our health and the health of future generations. Section 7. A global challenge, a collective responsibility. Pollution is not someone else's problem. It's a global challenge that demands a collective response. We are all interconnected, our fates intertwined with the health of our planet.
Recognizing this interconnectedness is the first step towards meaningful action. We must move beyond blame and apathy and embrace a shared responsibility for the well-being of our planet.
Section 8. Small steps, big impact. Individual actions. While the scale of the pollution crisis can feel overwhelming, it's important to remember that individual actions do matter.
By making conscious choices in our daily lives, we can collectively contribute to a cleaner, healthier planet. Reducing our reliance on single-use plastics, opting for public transport or cycling, and conserving energy at home are just a few examples.
These small changes, when adopted by millions, can create a ripple effect, leading to significant reductions in pollution and a healthier environment for all. Section 9. Community action. Power in numbers. Individual actions are essential, but to tackle a problem as pervasive as pollution, we need collective action.
Community initiatives, local organizations, and grassroots movements play a crucial role in driving change. By working together, communities can advocate for stricter environmental regulations, promote sustainable practices, and hold polluters accountable.
From organising neighbourhood cleanups to supporting local farmers' markets, community action empowers individuals to be part of the solution. It fosters a sense of shared responsibility and creates a powerful voice for change. Section 10. Our legacy, our choice, a call to action. This is a pivotal moment in history, a time when our actions will shape the future of our planet. We are the stewards of this earth, and it is our responsibility to protect and preserve it for future generations. The future of our planet hangs in the balance. The signs of environmental distress are all around us, from the melting glaciers to the endangered species struggling to survive. We cannot ignore these warning signs any longer. We are at a crossroads, a critical juncture where the decisions we make today will have far-reaching consequences. Will we choose the path of sustainability and environmental stewardship, or will we continue down the road of destruction and neglect? The choices we make today will determine the legacy we leave for generations to come. Imagine a world where our grandchildren can play in clean, green spaces, where families come together to plant trees and build eco-friendly homes. This is the future we can create if we act now.
We can continue down a path of environmental degradation, where factories emit toxic smoke, forests are razed to the ground, and rivers are choked with pollution. This is the reality we face if we do nothing. Or we can choose a different future, one where renewable energy sources like solar panels power our cities. Communities come together to clean up their neighborhoods, and urban planning prioritizes sustainability. We can create a world where we prioritize the health of our planet, where forest conservation efforts are supported, recycling becomes a way of life, and marine life thrives in clean, unpolluted oceans, and the well-being of all living creatures is at the forefront of our efforts. Imagine a world where diverse wildlife flourishes in their natural habitats, where people care for animals with compassion, and coral reefs are vibrant and healthy. The time for complacency is over. We must tear down the barriers of inaction and apathy. Activists are already pushing for change, delivering powerful speeches that inspire and mobilize communities.
We must act now, with urgency and determination, to address the pollution crisis. The voices of the people are rising, demanding action from leaders and policymakers. The aerial views of our polluted cities are a stark reminder of the work that lies ahead. Together, we can create a cleaner, healthier, and more sustainable world for all. Imagine a future where wind turbines generate clean energy, children play in parks free from pollution, and communities come together to plant trees and restore natural habitats. The time for action is now, before it's too late. The clock is ticking, and every moment counts. Environmental experts are meeting urgently to devise solutions, and a new dawn is on the horizon. Let us seize this moment and commit to making a difference. Our legacy, our choice, starts today.